just wanted to make a real quick short video, basically showing some modifications I made to an older skate that I had. What I had here is the Razor's Colt Street. It's been around forever, but I ended up recently getting some shadows just because I was having a lot of issues with my toe area being cramped, and I've seen people do a toe cut before and even a heel cut to give you some more room in the skate, have your foot set more centered, and give you some more room for your toes to wiggle around. And I thought it'd be a great idea, but of course the Colts, which is a hard boot skate, if you toe cut them, then you know your toes would just be dangling out there in the middle of nowhere. So I needed something to cover my skate with again. And what I did was I got these liners, or these skins from an old TRS Alpha boot, and they're actually on sale at Roller Warehouse for like $5 on clearance. So I got these skins, and if you see here, here's basically what it ended up coming out with is this TRS skin over a Colt boot that's been toe cut and heel cut, you know, with my jug liners and everything still in there. So basically I got two new pairs of skates now with these, and these are all put back together and everything, ready to slap some frames on. What I have here is 80mm rollerblade street wheels on the Slimline 2 Kaiser frames, and I had to Dremel out the bottom here and make a groove here and in the back for the 80mm wheels to clear. But as you see, it's fun to ride. It's fun to go fast. So I love the setup. Like I said, I'm not going to do a video on heel cutting or toe cutting because there's a million videos out there already if you want to watch that. But basically, that's one of my new setups. The hardest part is getting the actual soft boot in there, or getting the skate into the skins. You're gonna want to loosen up the laces as much as possible. I didn't feel like taking them all out, just because I didn't feel like having to put it all back together again and put them all back in there. So all I did was loosen up the tongues as much as possible and stretch them out a little bit, because these skins are actually an 8.5, and these are an 8.9 shell. And since they're toe cut, if you wanted to, really, you could take some more off the edge if your skates are a little too big or anything. But mine are fine, so. Also, this tab back here, I didn't cut it off. Normally with like a SSM or a NIM skin, you need to keep the tab on there. I don't think I necessarily really needed to, but I kept it on there anyways, just because it helps it fit better into the Colt soles. And this was the hardest part, is getting that little back tab actually in here. And the easiest way I found to get it in there is once you get it in here about this far, is just put your foot in there, grab the back loop, and since this loop on these TRS ones is stitched all the way to the bottom, you can just pretty much stick your foot in there and push it down. Voila. And if you see, there's holes here on the bottom, and they actually match up pretty well with the stock spots for the soles to attach. The only place that they really don't is in the back here. So what I did was just took some scissors and cut some small holes for them to fit the soles in the back. And that's another thing, when you're putting the soles on, you might have to either Dremel out the edge a little bit, or basically what I did was I just slid the boot in and tried to get it underneath the stitching as much as possible and screwed it down. And I actually had to get some longer bolts. I had some old Cyrus shells laying around, and they have some longer sole bolts, and I had to put those in there instead. So here's my soles, and you can see where I had to Dremel out the bottom so you make clearance for the 80mm wheels here on the bottom. And then basically what I did was I loosened up the backside plate, or the rail plate. Enough to where I can move it around and pull it out a little bit and push it in a little bit, you know, whatever I need to accommodate the skin. And then since I have this already right here in the back, the first time I did it, I tried to just poke holes through the skin and it didn't work out so well. And if you ever come across a pair of old Cyrus boots, the USD Cyruses, those things are actually awesome for the little connectors that you need to attach your soles. Those things have about, I don't know, maybe like 20 in each boot of these little connectors and the screws that go with them. And it's a standard Phillips style screw, so you just take a screwdriver and take them out. So, and then they have different sizes in those boots also. So if you need some that are longer, shorter, with a modification like this, sometimes you need them a little bit longer. Just because the skin kind of bunches in the heel area where that tab is, the skin kind of pulls down right there. So basically what I did, just slide them in here on the soles. Good fit there. Fit just like that. Now I put all the hardware in this little tray because all these little brad things will get lost really easy if you don't try to organize them some way. So what I have right here is a longer one, a longer screw from the Cyrus bolt, or from the Cyrus boot, and I'm going to put that in just to hold it in place in the heel area. Because I'm going to need it to pull the heel down enough to actually put the regular size ones in there, just because of the skin. There it is, heel cut, toe cut, custom Razors Colt Street. Have a good one.